Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. NoahzHD here. We are going to be reviewing, and right now, as I speak, it is 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter of the New Orleans Saints versus Carolina Panthers game. I didn't do a review about this game because I was very nervous. Didn't really have the time to set up everything, but the game is done. The game is finished. 7-26. Now that I'm looking at it, by the time this video releases, it could be something else. There's 2 minutes left, so for right now, 7-26, the title will change. I'm not releasing this video until the game is over. Anyway, the game is over. I have seen enough. I already turned off the game. Let's talk about it. I'm going to do a film review tomorrow or the day after, talking about the film of what I see on the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, I'm not going to overreact. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to go ahead and say our season's over, and I am not going to say, I'm going to say this, I overreacted, and I think every other Saints fan on this world overreacted about our win versus Green Bay. This, I think, now, I'm not going to say this is not who we really are. We will not see this every game this season. This is going to be, this, in my opinion, is a one-time loss. This is a one-time loss. Why? Because of injuries. Because of the COVID and everything else. I'll get into that in a minute. Bad performance all around the field. Don't get me wrong. Horrible performance all around the field to Alvin Kamara and to Jameis Winston. First of all, I want to give credit to the Carolina Panthers. They played great today. Surpassed all my expectations. I thought Sam Darnold was going to be inconsistent. I thought their defense wasn't that good, and even though they showed a lot of young players like Brian Burns, J.C. Horn, and all of them, you know, I thought they would be a beatable team from last year. I thought they would be an upgrade, but I thought they would be a beatable team, even with the banged up. They just showed they were the better team. And I said this in Discord before. I said the only team that can beat the Saints is the New Orleans Saints. Who won this game? Well, I'll be honest. It was the New Orleans Saints. Beat themselves this game. Now, you're probably going to say, Noah, well, no, we got our asses kicked by the Panthers. Yes, we did. But we also beat ourselves up this game by having COVID, by having injuries, and by having penalties all over the board, by having a horrible offensive line, and by having inconsistency. We beat ourselves, is what I'm saying here. Once again, I don't want to discredit the Panthers. They beat us here. But what I am basically saying is, can and would have we won this game without those mistakes and injuries and without all that? Yes, 110% we win this game without that. And I 100% believe that. I think if we have Michael Thomas, if we're fully healthy and our assistant coaches, even if we still had our injuries and our assistant coaches were still there, I think we would have a much closer game than 26-7. I think everyone, I didn't even realize how important offensive coaches and assistant coaches are. Those are the guys on the sideline that pep talk every single one of those players, to our O-line, to our tight ends, to our running backs, to our offensive linemen, and to our coaches. Everyone gets a pep talk, okay? And without that pep talk, like I said, Sean Payton was with 4 people on offense. Another thing, Sean Payton had an inconsistent game plan. You want to know why? We had to go through... Now, I'm not going to play the excuse game. We played horribly, but Jesus... Okay, so we had, so Sean Payton had a game plan that was decent. We did okay versus Christian McCaffrey. We gave up a lot of big plays, as expected. I think we played Christian McCaffrey a little better than I did expect on defense. So let's talk about how people played. Individual players. Let's go ahead and talk about that really quick. PJ Williams, I don't want to see him play another snap. PJ Williams, he did fine. I'm a little overreacting. PJ Williams did fine. Early in the game, the biggest problems were Zach Bond and Caden Ellis. Zach Bond couldn't cover. Caden Ellis couldn't cover. I thought, listen, that video that I just posted last week, I still stand by it. But I was wrong about a few things. I think I really had an overreaction. I really do. I bought a Jameis jersey. And I think I pulled the trigger way too early. Now, I'm not saying Jameis Winston's not our franchise guy. He had a shaky performance. But once again, I am not going to blame Jameis Winston on his iffy performance. I'm going to blame the offensive line, which we'll talk about in segment 2. We're going to be talking about how the backups played. I was flaunting yesterday about how good our depth was, especially at linebacker. I said if Quan goes down, I'm fine. We have Zach Bond, we have Caden Ellis, we have great linebacker depth. Well, It turns out I'm wrong. It's a big, big, big deal that Quan Alexander was out. Quan Alexander, I think, after this, it's like he better get a contract extension. I can't believe how valuable that guy is at linebacker. And it was Zach Bond, both of them had horrible games. Let's not kid ourselves. He had a good return after that kick on special teams. Other than that, no. Zach Bond, horrible game. Okay. PJ Williams, bad game. Okay. Debo, he had a few good plays. Other than that, first half, bad game. He had a bad game in the first half. Penalties killed us on the. Once again, I'll talk about offensive line in a minute. I'm gonna rant about that. But other than that, Debo had a pretty bad game. Peyton Turner had a bad second half, but he had a very good second half. I mean, he had a bad first half, but he had an amazing second half. Peyton Turner looked great. Carl Granderson, iffy. Just a lot of that, iffy things that goes on. So, this was a game that was so stressful, knowing that this is a divisional game that we weren't ready for. And we got to get healthy versus New England. New England looks good against the Jets. Once again, those are the Jets. But I think, now, in terms of the New England game, you want an early prediction? They have a great coach. Sean Payton's a great coach. And I think another thing, Lattimore and CJ Gardner-Johnson, biggest losses. Quan Alexander, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Marshawn, those are the keys to our defense. Here are the keys to our defense. Like, if one of them goes out, it's a huge deal. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Demario Davis, Quan Alexander, Marcus Williams, and Marshawn Lattimore. If any one of those goes out, we're going to have a bad game. We're going to give up plays on defense. One of them, we had two of them go out. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Quan Alexander. I didn't talk about this. Oh, and Marshawn Lattimore. 3 huge key players. Because I guarantee you, Marshawn Lattimore would have went on DJ Moore. DJ Moore, Paulson Adebo had a very tough game. Very tough game against DJ Moore. And, he gave up a lot of big plays against DJ Moore. Yeah, it was brutal. It was Marcus Williams had a fine game. He did his thing. Oh, Malcolm Jenkins played really well. Clap to Malcolm Jenkins. Anyway, next, let's rant. Offense of line first, and then we'll talk about our offense. Number 1, offensive line. What the hell did I watch? What did I just watch? This is the only thing I was mad about all game. The offensive line. Throckmorton, which I thought was good. Once again, proven wrong again. Like I said, expectations. You can never have expectations. If you're a Saints fan, you know this. You can never have expectations of being good ever. One week you think you're good, one week you think you're bad. And I'll get away in the positives. I'm listing the negatives first because there's a lot of negatives. I'll list the positives after this. Throckmorton. Okay. Throckmorton and Ruiz. I was confident. Ruiz at center. He had a few iffy plays. Throckmorton. A few iffy plays. The O-line just played bad. Ramczyk did fine. Teron Armstead did not help getting a contract extension last year. He's definitely, the reports of him testing the waters in free agency, 100% true. He's 100% testing the waters in free agency next year. No question about that. Teron Armstead really disappointed me this game. He really did. Adam Trautman, really, tight ends. Oh, just the tight end in general. Non-existent. I think no one talked about that. Where was our tight end play this game? Like, seriously, where was our... Well, you could say that about anything. Where the hell was our tight end play this game? Adam Trautman was missing blocks. Juwan Johnson was missing... And I think it really... I'm going to be honest. I'm going to pull this card. I think a part of it is because of the COVID part of our assistant coaches. We had an O-line, a tight end, and a wide receiver. Basically, all the offensive assistant coaches were out. And I think that, and during practice as well, I think was a big portion of this loss. I really do. Oh, man. And, false starts. That's a coaching thing. False starts are really just a coaching thing. They're not too much. False starts are basically just coaching things. And we had a lot of those in the first half. We cleaned up a little bit of penalties. The defense played shameful, though. This game, the reason we lost this game was both sides of the ball. We played bad. I mean, we played bad. I wouldn't say we played Packers bad. We played close, but we played bad. Jameis Winston had a very conservative first half. He only had 2 incompletions. I thought he played fine until that interception, which we'll get into a second. We're going to talk about Jameis Winston now and the wide receivers and Alvin Kamara. So, first of all, let's talk about our offense. Get it out of the way, and then we'll talk about goods. Okay, let's get our negatives out of the way for the offense. Jameis Winston, he played good, except he was running the entire game. He had nowhere to throw to. Nowhere. No, nothing. I'm going to also put the blame on the wide receivers. Callaway had so much hype and promising to be the next Michael Thomas. And you can't put that pressure on a rookie like that. You can't call Callaway to be a next Michael Thomas. He's not a next Michael Thomas. But I'll say this. Why was Callaway's not helping us at all. He's had 1 big catch all season. 2 games in a row, 1 big catch. That's it. He has not done anything. Callaway has not done anything. Okay? And now you want to talk about, you go to Deontay Harris. He's our only guy. I mean, special teams played great today. By the way, clap to our special teams, dude. Our special teams played amazing. Our wide receivers played abominable. I mean, it's so bad. The wide receivers, they couldn't get open. They just couldn't get open. Our tight ends couldn't get open. And I think Sean Payton, we should put a little bit of blame on Sean Payton. He definitely had some questionable play calls in here. But I think that happens when you can't run the ball. And this happens to every team. You do this to any team. You eliminate a run game, and a team will go in shambles. You want to know how? You eliminate a run game or any momentum for any run game, hope at all, that's going to put the play calling out of sync. It's like having a BPM track or something that goes in sync. An offense moves. It goes run, pass, gets the first down. Or run, pass, they get the first down. Or run, pass. It's a rhythm thing. They gallop all the way down the field. They get a touchdown. That's how the Saints work. They run the ball. On 2nd down, they get a good play. On 3rd down, they get a first down. Or they mix it up. And when they have that rhythm, they can do anything. When the Saints have a rhythm offensively, it is to the moon with the offense. But when you have a few drives, that is nothing. People losing yards, nothing happening on the run game at all. Alvin Kamara could not get anything. So what do? So then you have struggles on the wide receiver side. No one can get separation. All you can do is throw checkdowns. Panthers play good defense. What do? There's nothing you really can do. Unless you can try to get something going on the wide receiver side. We tried to get the run game involved so many times. Sean Payton knew it was not going to happen no matter what. And apart from that, a part of that falls on our own line. All of it fell on top of each other. Every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong, besides a few things. We had a few positives. Let's talk about the positives. Going to week 3. Peyton Turner looked good. He looked good. He looked fine. He had a pretty good QB pressures. Our D-line played abysmal. I didn't talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second. We did good run stopping. Pressure-wise, what the hell did we see pressure-wise? I'm David Onyemata is so missed. So missed. We didn't get pressure all game. We had about, if I had to count in my head, 8 plays with pressure. 8. Maybe 8 plays with decent pressure on Sam Darnold. That was it. Defensive line, that's it. We did good run stopping, but apart from that, that was it. Positives, yes. Peyton Turner, he played pretty well. 2nd half. First half, he had a few penalties. But other than that, he played pretty well. Okay? Good. Good for Peyton Turner. Positives, Adebo, iffy. He looked good. Roby, he looked good. We locked up Anderson a little bit. Marcus Williams, Malcolm Jenkins looked great. That's good. Our special teams look great. Our punter, Mike Gillikin, some good punts. Yeah, that's about it, guys. This win was not. This loss was a very ugly loss. Yeah, I love to have an ugly loss. I love to have a good win. A good loss. I'd like to see a lot more like a close game. Like 27-20. Like, I love to see that because we're like, we'll get them next week. This is a loss that we're going to have to really watch film. And I know what Sean Payton's going to say in the press conferences is say, hey, we lost, we got out-coached, not better. And that's what I was saying I was scared of with the Panthers is they have great coaches. They have Joe Brady. I mean, geez, they have Joe Brady. You know, they have all of them. Good game, guys. Good game. When it comes to the Patriots, I'll probably do a predictions. I don't know. I might not. We'll see. I definitely will do a review after that game anyway if I don't. So I'll probably do a predictions for the Patriots game coming up. Pay attention to our injury report, though. And the biggest thing on the Saints' agenda right now is getting healthy. We might have to test the waters a little bit more on free agency. We really might. Because this is ugly. Kenny Allen, I don't know if Kenny Stills is going to be enough. I don't know. And we have to face a really good Patriots defense. Arguably better than the Panthers. Oh, God. Week 3 could be really ugly. And, man, we got our expectations flattened, and we got a humbling loss, 26-7. Humbling, for sure. Knowing that we are, you know, we had potential of saying this could be our best Saints team this year. Once again, I still don't think this. I still think we would have won, being if we had this saying so. No excuses. Our backups played bad. Congratulations, Panthers, on your win. And yeah, guys, hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Yeah, this was a tough loss. WHODAT. Let's try to get that win next week. And we'll see going forward. I'll update you guys on injuries and stuff like that soon. Peace.